me start by wishing everyone the happiest new year possible, given the circumstances that we all faced in 2020. The election of Joe Biden is part of what this astrology report is about, but more importantly, it's about the idea of what his approach is likely to be. And that means that he's going to be really focused a lot on the economy via the process of trying to get everybody vaccinated in the country to achieve whatever this herd immunity thing is called. A couple of other things will come up, and the most or the least of which is Donald J. Trump in the background screaming and hollering about how this is all an illegitimate president. Thanks very much. And again, I'm wishing you a very happy new year. Here is the chart for the month of January 2021, which also is the chart for the year 2021. This chart has a Capricorn sun and rising and a Leo moon. The busiest part of the chart runs from the Capricorn sun on the ascendant to the Mars in the last portion of Aries. The picture here is the willful attempt to communicate by actions some of the more positive and forward-leaning policies in recent times. Progress against the virus will be slow, meticulously calculated, creatively addressed, and relatively well accepted by people in general. Despite all of this, it seems clear from the Leo moon that the ego level in all of us will need to cooperate if we are to achieve real success against the continued proliferation of the virus. So if you know your moon and rising signs, please listen to those as well. Aries, mental gymnastics have you twisted in knots, but your ambition to rise above previous hurts is seeking an outlet. A new phase is beginning that is requiring a new, more positive attitude. Taurus, despite some breakthroughs, you are still not clear about what specific actions are needed. You are in crisis mode, and your sense of it tells you that you must keep true to your own vision. Gemini, breaking out of confinement will help you reach your goals in the outer world, but not so for your mental world. Inner conflicts disrupt your relations. You need to resolve all of them. Cancer, financial resources are worth fighting for. The hard part is dealing with your feelings. If you relate to this situation in a positive way, you will have the strength to survive all the stress. Leo, your creative juices are running low. It might be worth the risk to strike out in a new direction. Work on uplifting your self-esteem and adjusting career issues towards service to others. Virgo, it is time for a change. So work on eliminating negative self-esteem. Serve by showing people some agape love. Create by helping find positives where others find only pain or suffering. Libra, this year may be the time for relocating, or perhaps a challenging new relationship, or both. Practical necessity will drive you to risk new involvements. What you need is out there. Scorpio, new start is hampered by past traumas that hang over your world. You need a change of direction to succeed in this new endeavor. Guilt feelings or confusion need to be eliminated. Sagittarius, personal ideals need to be realigned with universal values of compassion to experience spiritual growth. Increased self-esteem can help you resolve inner conflicts that are holding you back. Capricorn, strong values require equally strong efforts to resolve conflicts with other people. Aligning your personal ideals with universal ideals should allow you to resolve some of those bad feelings. Aquarius, the past points to a need for a change in your sense of direction. Confused feelings could trigger conflict in your relationship. Resolving these issues will require some real risks. Pisces, down deep in your spiritual core is the feeling that you need to reorder your priorities along your spiritual path to resolve some relationship issues. Serve the good in all you do. Now I turn to the socio-cultural political overview. A great deal rests with the Capricorn path, as this sign refers to a high degree of resiliency. The lower subjective half begins with the Capricorn sun and ends with the south node of the moon. This indicates that although the government will need to focus on health and related services throughout the year, it will face stiff headwinds in attempting to inoculate the citizenry against the coronavirus. The key to all of this is the need for people to have faith in the science that created the vaccine. The upper or objective hemisphere begins with the moon in Leo and Venus in Sagittarius. Here are strong indications that the people are willing to risk taking the vaccine because they believe it is necessary to transcend not only 2020, but also the last years of the Trump administration. The western or right side of the chart begins with retrograde Uranus and ends with the moon in Leo. The eastern or directional side of the chart begins with the most objective and elevated item, Venus, and ends with the most subjective one, Mars. The highest importance is vested in the conjunction of Venus with the south node. This calls for the letting go of aggressive egoic values and a more creative approach to diplomacy. Leading the country is President Joseph R. Biden Jr., whose chart is compared to that of the January and 2021 charts. His Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars are all in Scorpio in the 10th or government house. The real meaning of Scorpio is rebirth or revival, and this could easily mean taking the U.S. back into a cooperative relationship with the rest of the world's governments. His Taurus moon will likely mean that he will concentrate on reviving the health of the U.S. economy, as his moon is within a conjunction with Uranus in Taurus. Meanwhile, in the background, former President Trump will continue to delegitimize Biden's presidency and call for his removal. Lastly, there may be some issues regarding the Patriot Act, which was enacted 20 years ago on October 2001, which is shown by the comparing of the chart for 2021 and the solar eclipse of June 10th, 2021. This Gemini solar eclipse is occurring just a few months short of the 20-year anniversary of the September 11 attack on the World Trade Towers in New York City. Expect a battle in attempts to preserve or repeal this legislation.